Welcome to part 2 of All Will Be Well. I'm your host, Daniel Levy, Clinical Director of the Integrative Counseling Center. In the first part, we discussed how the biggest emotional challenge of our time is uncertainty. Uncertainty also equals doubt, and it ultimately leads to a lack of faith and trust in the present and the future. And so what we're searching for in this series are different tools, techniques, mindsets, and outlooks that will help us to get more certainty. Because certainty equals truth and equals faith. So the holy Rabbi Shlomo Eliezer Schick, he teaches us in his essay, All Will Be Well, and that a person should accustom themselves to say all the time, all will be well. And we asked last time, how can we suggest that all is well and all will be well? Certainly when we look around, not all is well. Many people suffering in all sorts of ways. Wouldn't it be better and more fitting to say all is not well and all will not be well? And perhaps what we need to think is all will be well even if all is not well, and all will be well even if all will not be well. In other words, we're working to find a knowing that all will be well and that everything will work out just fine. If we have that, that will calm our nerves and calm our bodies and calm our minds. But how do we get that? So the rabbi, his holy mystic, Rabbi Schick, Zecher Tzadik Livrocha, teaches us that we have to really connect with the inner idea of all will be well. But let's backtrack a few steps. How do we know all will be well? Because our traditions and almost every spirituality teaches us that there is a higher power, and that higher power has a divine plan. And that divine plan, whether it's hard, easy, impossible, or wonderful, torturous, or absolutely fulfilling and exhilarating, is intentional. And that God knows what he's doing. And that he has a plan. And that it doesn't really matter whether we see it or not. The plan is still the plan. And so with these great times of uncertainty and wanting to feel that all's okay and all will be well and I can calm down and relax, I need to have certainty. I need to know the truth and have faith in what's real. Because reality will help me to get grounded. Because truth is grounding and false things are ungrounding. They're paper mache. And when I lean on them, I just fall right through. But something that's truthful, I can stand with. For example, maybe as a God-fearing person, you believe that serving God is important. Do you have any doubt in your mind that serving God is important? Unless you're struggling with your faith right now or struggling with your belief about the whole truth of the divine process, then you are certain that serving God's important in some way at least. And that certainty gives me a grounding. Are you certain that it's important to not hurt people's feelings? Sure. Are you certain that it's important to not injure people with words and speak gossip and slander? That it's important to give charity and to help the poor and the widow? Are you certain? Yes, you're certain. And why are you certain? Because you know it's true. And that knowing is a certainty. You know it's the truth. And every time I know that something's true, I get more and more grounded and settled until I feel very, very good. And so that's our remedy, really, we need for all of this emotional uncertainty. What if I don't get a job again? And what if COVID is difficult and I get infected with the virus? And what if this country has political instability? And what if, and what if, and what if is a massive outbreak of uncertainty. And it means a massive outbreak of being unsure of the truths of our faith and not being able to trust in the guiding hand of above. So this is our opportunity and our challenge to begin to strengthen the beliefs that we know to be true. And if we don't know them to be true, to do the work, to do the research, to do the seeking of your heart until you come to absolute clarity that this is indeed the truth. So how can you do that? Let's choose one thing right now that you know is true that would be a nice remedy for this situation if you were to believe it. Like, all will be well, everything will work out fine, God knows what he's doing, and I will only be able to be on the path that is best for me because he's in charge. I can let go and let God. God knows what he's doing. God's got this covered. Good morning, this is God. I don't need your help. Have a good day. Even though I see all sorts of things that are uncertain and chaotic, there is no uncertainty underneath all that. Everything is part of a plan. Find some words and phrases that resonate for you, that you know to be true, even though you don't feel that to be true all the time or even most of the time. And the first thing you're going to do in this approach, in this practice, is to meditate on the fact, is it really true? And every time you come to the conclusion it's true, you're going to deepen one more level that this is really the truth. So good job. So you thought about and clarified for yourself that this piece of truth that you're meditating on is really true. There's a few different exercises you can use from the world of cognitive psychology and from our therapy clinic. One is just asking yourself out loud or internally, is this really true? Is it really true that there's a God above directing the show down to the very detail? Yes, Daniel, it's true. How do you know it's true, Daniel? Well, because our sages, saints, and mystics have taught us this, and they're pretty right about everything, so why shouldn't they be right about this too? You can just, option 2, just use an even though phrase, like even though it doesn't feel to be the case, it is the case. And finally, you can just strengthen it with the phrase, all will be well. Everything's great. God is doing a great job running the show. And if you're not even sure if it's true and the doubt runs that far, then how are you going to figure out whether it's true or not? Get a book, go to a program, have a conversation until you have clarity that this is really the truth. So in summary today, we have the idea that all will be well. All will be well.